Alright guys, well what I thought I would do today would be make hopefully a short video. I don't know, I get to rambling sometimes, so hopefully this will be a short video, but I just wanted to make a short video on some knives I got while I was on deployment. Didn't have, a lot of stuff to do out there, so, you kind of do what you can to kind of entertain yourself. So this took up a little bit of time, at least conversing back and forth with everyone to make these knives. Or make this knife, I guess I should say. And I got my kids 2 custom knives, but I'm not going to show you those. Maybe I'll do a review on those some other time. But I just want to make a little tabletop review and kind of tell you about the knives I got, what I think about them, and stuff like that. So I haven't made a video in a while. It's been about, I don't know, 9 or 10 months. I was on deployment for 8 months, and so I've been home for close to, I don't know, I guess about almost 3 months now. So I've kind of used these knives quite a bit. I gave my old Pathfinder trade knife to a buddy of mine, Brian Hopkins, for his youth group. So they just made a little contest to see who could, whatever, do whatever. I'm not sure, I don't remember what the contest rules were, but a kid would win that knife, and I wanted to give it to, a good charitable, group there. So I got these 2 new knives. So I'll start with the Boreal Bushcraft from Diving Sparrow Knife Works. I just happened to handle Jamie Burley. If you know him, he's got the 1 Foot Into the Wild blog and videos. I happened to hold his Diving Sparrow at a Pathfinder basic class about, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and I just liked it, and I thought it was really cool, and it was unbelievably sharp, and he kind of really just wowed me with it, because you don't really have to sharpen them that much. You just hone your blade, So I PM'd Abel Elias, who is the guy from Diving Sparrow Knife Works, and I'm going to give honest opinions here and honest what I think of customer service, the knives, everything. Okay, so I'm not going to hold anything back. I will say communication with Diving Sparrow Knife Works was a little tedious, I guess you could say. It wasn't the greatest. Now, granted, we were doing this through Facebook, just because when I was on deployment I couldn't really get a lot of good internet time, and oddly enough Facebook worked better than his actual website that he has. And I guess I probably could have just ordered a just a standard knife that he makes, and it probably would have been a lot easier. But I wanted something that I could pass on, and I wanted something that hopefully no one else has, so I kind of made it my own. So we'll go with the knife first, I guess, and then we'll get back to the sheath. Okay, so I went with the yellow scales because I just always thought that the yellow case pocket knife handles were cool. I just always liked that yellow. And I did blue liners. They kind of look black, but on camera probably, but if you look up close, they're navy blue, like a dark kind of, I guess, navy blue, royal blue type thing. But anyways, steel pins, and it's got a lanyard hole there. I haven't put a lanyard in it yet. I was thinking about it, just get a piece of rawhide and put it through there, but or just a strip of leather, but I haven't done that yet. 1095 high carbon steel. I believe this is 3/16 thickness. I can't remember what I ordered. He asked me, and I just, I wanted something that was really sturdy and bulletproof. If you're looking at that coating there, that's just a fix and wax that I keep on all my knives, so it protects it from rust and stuff like that. So let me think here. So the overall length is 9.5 inches. The blade is 4.6 inches. It's full tang. All my knives are full tang, except for the Moras, obviously. But I think, for beating on this knife, And I've batoned a lot of stuff since I've been home, and I normally don't do that, but I found like a real nice spot for some fat wood, so I've been processing down a lot of fat wood. And I'll show you that on the other knife, because that one actually has pine resin all over it. But so anyway, so I just wanted something that was real sturdy. It's got a full flat grind on it, and I will say, if you've ever held and used a Mora or blind horse knives, you know they're sharp. But this thing is I don't know how he does it, but it's unbelievably sharp. I mean, it is probably the sharpest thing I've ever held before, and that's saying a lot, considering this blind horse knives GNS knife is pretty darn sharp, and my kids custom made Brumbies that they have are super sharp also. In fact, my son a couple weeks ago cut his finger really bad with his Brumbie because he was goofing around, and cut his finger really bad. Almost had to get stitches, but we just let it heal up on its own. Anyway, so the sheath is just a normal, hip sheath, and I think you can get it brown or black. I like brown myself, and I added a fire steel loop, which was like $10 extra or something like that. The only thing I don't like about this sheath is Abelias. Now it's really well made. I mean, it's molded real nice, and it's it's just well made. I like it a lot. The only thing I don't like about it, though, is that I guess he dips it in wax, is what I've been told by my buddy Brian Hopkins. He dips it in wax, so it's hard. It's not flexible, not pliable. But whatever. I mean, it does its job. And I like the hip sheath for your belt loop better than I like a dangler sheath. But anyways, so that's the Diving Sparrow Boreal Bushcraft knife that I had custom made for myself. Price point on that I think was right around, I don't know, it was like $300 or so. But like I said, I got some extras added in because I got liners and I got custom colors and the fire steel loop and stuff like that. So like I said, initial thoughts. I like the yellow handles. Some people don't like them. It's beautiful to me. I like it a lot. I just like looking at this knife because I think it's awesome. But I've used this knife so far to make a bow drill set. Like I said, batoning some fat wood down, making I found a huge, I don't know, log, pretty big size. I don't know, maybe like 3 inches in diameter. So I was batoning it down, making smaller strips of the fat wood. What else have I done with this? Oh, I actually sliced up a whole London broil to make homemade beef jerky with, and this thing was running through the London broil like it was butter. It was ridiculous. Like I said, I just don't think I've ever seen a knife or anything for that matter that is this sharp. So anyway, so that's the Diving Sparrow Boreal Bushcraft. So we'll go on to this. So the second knife I got while I was gone, and basically I'll tell you why I got this, is just because of the price point it was at. I caught Blind Horse Knives on the what was it? Their monthly specials that they used to have, and I caught this for like $100, and I think it was like $110 delivered. Oh, one more thing on this. The thing about the Diving Sparrow Boreal Bushcraft also is, I believe Abelias is the only guy that makes these. I don't think he has anybody working for him. So it took like 4 or 5 months for that knife to be custom made and sent to me. But anyways, so like I said, we got the Blind Horse Knives SRI GNS series knife, and it comes with a dangler sheath. Not a big fan of the dangler sheath, but I've worn it out a few times. A lot of times I'll just put it in my haversack. Out here in California, people get kind of, I guess, antsy, you could say, if you have a big, huge dangler knife on your leg. If you're on a trail or something like that, people get a little crazy out here. But anyways, I have used the dangler sheath a few different times, and I gotta say, it never bothered me. I thought it would bobble around and just get annoying on my leg, but it never did. So both of these knives have micarta handles, and you can see this one's a lot dirtier because I was just processing down some fat wood here just recently to get a fire going in the backyard. But yeah, so I got in on this one for $100, I think, or $110 delivered. Let's see if I can get that there. There's the SRI logo, and there's the Blind Horse Knives logo. It's made out of O1 tool steel, and you can see the 0 right there, or the O. This one is 9.5 inches long. It's 4.5 inch blade. It's 1/8 width, and it's got a saber grind with a secondary convex edge. So like I said, I got this with the ferro rod loop also. The sheath is pretty well made. I mean, it's really well made, I guess. But like I said, I just didn't like I don't like dangler sheaths all that much. But I haven't had a problem with it, so no complaints there. Maybe I'll change my mind and start liking dangler sheaths. I don't know. It's got the brass pins. I believe they're brass, and it's got the fisheye lanyard loop there. But yeah, I mean, this knife is super sharp also. I mean, I can't say anything bad about it. I've batoned it. What projects have I done? I did. I made a spoon out of this, with this. I made a spoon with this and a more spoon knife. What else? I mean, and then just regular tasks like batoning wood and making feather sticks and all the stuff that you see people do on videos. I'm not doing that because I don't know. Everybody makes feather sticks, and I think it's kind of corny. But anyways, if you've held a Blind Horse knife, you know that it can make a ferro stick. I'm sorry, a feather stick, because it's so darn sharp. Or I was using the spine to scrape off some fat wood shavings. There's some right there. So, but anyways, so in comparison, I mean, there's like a $200 price difference there. And either way you go, you're not gonna, you can't go wrong. I think these are priced at like $150 now or something like that. And if you get custom stuff done, then it's obviously gonna cost a little more. I want to talk a little bit about the customer service I received for Blind Horse Knives. Now, we all know that they, I don't know what you want to call it, disintegrated into two different companies now. You got LT Wright Knives and you got Battle Horse Knives. When I ordered this, and I ordered my kids' Brumbies that are custom made for them. They have special liners and special colors and all that stuff that I thought my kids would like. I mostly dealt with LT Wright, and I gotta say, there's a little miscommunication on email, but in the end, LT Wright made it right. He did everything, and he gave me a good price. And I will say that I ordered this SRI knife way before I ordered the two Brumbies and for my kids, and the two Brumbies came in the mail custom made before my SRI knife did. So I mean, they have good customer service there. Like I said, nothing wrong with the Diving Sparrow. Speaking with Abel Ice through PM on Facebook, but there was a lot of times where like I would ask him a question and he wouldn't get back with me for like a couple days or something like that, And when you're spending $300 on a knife, you kind of want like correspondence pretty quickly. But anyway, so those are the two knives I got. Like I said, I gave you guys a couple projects that I've done with them, and I gotta say, I mean, I think this Diving Sparrow will always be my favorite, just because I got it custom made. I like the way it looks. I got it exactly how I wanted it, and I don't think anybody else in the world will have this same exact knife. On the flip side of that, this SRI GNS knife from Blind Horse Knives. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's bulletproof. I've beat on it. I've batoned it. And you know, Blind Horse Knives is known for their quality. Diving Sparrow is known for their quality. Also, I think Blind Horse Knives has a little bit more popularity or notoriety, I guess you could say. But so, like I said, I just wanted to do a little tabletop. Not real big on tabletops, but I figure I'd go ahead and do one just because it'd be easier to see the knives. But just wanted to get out there and make another video because I haven't made one in a long time. So thanks for watching. If you got any questions or comments, let me know and I'll get back with you. Thanks.